the reason he is being now replaced by Roger Bini. So a political discussion, a political debate is on in West Bengal. We saw how Amit Shah and Sourav Ganguly met previously, and also there were rumors that Sourav Ganguly will be joining the BJP previously, but however that did not happen. As this news breaks, one of the biggest news at this hour as this breaks that Sourav Ganguly will be replaced by Roger Bini. There's also this scoop, this political drama and discussion that's happening in West Bengal, and Trinamool Congress is saying that it is because Sourav Ganguly did not join BJP that this has happened, and Amit Shah's son Jay Shah will continue in his position as well. Also, Sourav Ganguly will be replaced, as we are learning from our sources from the ICC as well. So all these discussions happening in West Bengal,
right.
And that's the big scoop that we are following from here.
I just want to go across to Kirti Azad, former cricketer and former MP. Kishan, I'll come back to you. Kirti Azad, thank you for joining us. What is your reaction coming in? This is the big scoop that we have got, that Roger Bini will be replacing Sourav Ganguly extremely soon.
Well, I'm very happy for Roger for simple reason that Roger was our colleague in the victorious World Cup team of 1983. And he's the right choice. He is quite calm. He knows his job. He's been in the Asian Cricket Council. He's been in various jobs as a national selector for the Indian team. So he's coming into the side. I'm personally very happy because he's been a colleague.
Right. But this is still a scoop right now. So would you have any kind of details on why this would be happening? Roger Bini replacing Sourav Ganguly. So this is going to be a big move and a surprise move as well coming in, Kirti Azad.
One, I think Sourav was a very strong-headed man, and he would openly air his views, is that I know from inside the BCCI. And that is what people didn't like. He also didn't want to be. He was offered the commissioner to become commissioner for IPL, but he wanted no less than the chairmanship of ICC or stay on as the president of BCCI. And hence, they couldn't adjust him and they had to move him out.
Right. And how do you feel about Roger Bini being, the new BCCI president? Because a lot of people are saying that he is somebody who has a squeaky clean image, and that is one factor which is leading to him replacing Sourav Ganguly as BCCI president. Would you agree with that?
Definitely, yes. I mean, I've been with him on many tours, and he was also a member of that team, as I told you, of 83. He's a very soft-spoken but a very straightforward man, and he thinks very seriously. He is always looking forward for the betterment of cricket and cricketers. So that's one of the reasons why I feel he might have been made as the president of the BCCI.
And one last question, Kirti Azad. You have been speaking to us, and I thank you very much. But just one last question before you go. What do you think is next for Sourav Ganguly right now? Will it be politics?
Well, I don't know. I heard that he was being offered as a CM candidate for the elections, for the last elections in Bengal. And he got a heart attack, or I don't know whether he faked it or not. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say anything of the sorts, but he definitely was a little jittery to accept that, and that's a very well-known fact.
All right. Thank you, Kirti Azad, former cricketer and former MP, for joining us here on Republic TV. And Kishore, I want to come back to you right now. So Kishore, it looks like that even though Roger Bini is coming as a surprise choice at this point of time, but then again, after Sourav Ganguly, from what we have heard, had rejected IPL chairmanship. And the big question right now, like you were also telling us, what your sources are telling you, that what is next for Sourav Ganguly. Kishore can go ahead and speak on that now.
Well, exactly. That scoop and lot of discussions here in Bengal, as well as Kirti Azad was also pointing out that he was offered the chief ministerial candidature here in West Bengal elections as well last time. However, he did not accept it. We saw when this decision comes, that when the scoop and discussion also comes that Sourav Ganguly is likely to be replaced by Roger Bini, there are several political factions here in West Bengal as well speaking about it. Sourav Ganguly had been
All right, the more breaking news coming in. While addressing in Gujarat's Rajkot, PM Modi has hit out hard on the opposition. PM said that those who were against Gujarat have defamed the state, heard choicest abuses, called him Maut Ka Saudagar. In a veiled attack, PM said that such people are now silent and have now outsourced the contract of abusing him to others. So this is the big news that we're getting for you. PM Modi's blistering attack on politics of abuse, and this has come in while addressing in Gujarat Rajkot, where PM Modi has hit out hard at the opposition. Right, and so there's the big news coming in, viewers, right now, where PM Modi has said that those who were against Gujarat had defamed the state, and they have also heard choicest abuses and the very, very insulting abuse as well. Maut Ka Saudagar. Now, in a veiled attack, PM said that such people are now silent and have now outsourced the contract of abusing him to others. So this is the big story we are tracking right now. Let's listen in to what PM Modi had said.
તમે જોયું હશે આ વખતે કોંગ્રેસ કોઈ સભાઓ નથી કરતી, કોઈ પ્રેસ કોન્ફરન્સ નથી કરતી, અને કરે તોય મોદી ઉપર હુમલો નથી કરતી, અપશબ્દોનો જરાય ઉપયોગ નથી કરતી. કારણ એણે એક નવી ચાલાકી કરી છે. એનાથી સતર્ક રહેવાની જરૂર છે. એણે શું કર્યું છે? બોલવું નહીં, હોબાળા કરવાની, ચૂપચાપ ખાટલા બેઠકો કરવી, ગામડે ગામડે બધા પોતાના લોકોને પહોંચાડી દેવા, રો કગળ કરવી, પગે લાગવું, બસ એક વખત મદદ કરો, એક વખત બધું જાત જાતનું બધું કરી રહ્યા છે. અને હોબાળા કરવાનો જે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ છે, ગાળો ભાંડવાનો જે કોન્ટ્રાક્ટ છે, એ એમણે આઉટસોર્સ કરી દીધો છે, બીજાને આપી દીધો છે. આ કામ તમે કરો, આખું ગુજરાતનું વાતાવરણ ડોળો, હોબાળા કરો, ચીચિયારીઓ પાડે, ગંદુ બોલો, એ કામ એમને સોંપ્યું છે. અને ગામડામાં જઈને બેઠું કામ એમણે ચાલુ કર્યું છે. આ એની ચાલાકીઓને સમજજો ભાઈઓ. અને એમના આ ખેલ પણ આ ગુજરાતની જનતા પરાસ્ત કરશે એવો મને વિશ્વાસ છે. પરાસ્ત કરશો ને ભાઈઓ? જોરથી જવાબ આપો. કરશો ને? મનને મુઠ્ઠી બંધ કરીને હાથ ઉપર કરી કરશો ને? શાબાશ.
All right, Priyanka is joining me on the phone line. Priyanka, this is PM Modi's attack on abusive politics. Let's take us through exactly what PM Modi had said in Rajkot.
Absolutely, Shivangi. Let's put this into context for our viewers. When it comes to the speech that has been given by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, in which he has recalled the kind of statements that had been used for him by Sonia Gandhi in the 2007 election campaigning, when she had called him the Maut Ka Saudagar. And then he has said that during those elections as well, he had been abused, and even now we are seeing that the same abusive language is also being used. However, he has mentioned something that is important to note. He has said that this time the Congress party in fact has used a new strategy of not going all out and abusing the Prime Minister directly. He said, if I could quote him, he has said that the Congress this time is not doing any rallies, the Congress this time is not doing any press conferences, but they have in fact gone door to door, and they are doing a silent campaign and appealing to the people of Gujarat to vote for them. However, he has said that the work for abusing the Prime Minister, calling him names and creating a bad atmosphere in the entire Gujarat has been outsourced to some other people. Now, this is a veiled attack on the Aam Aadmi Party as well, now that we are seeing that the Prime Minister has said that this work of abusing the Prime Minister, of creating a bad atmosphere in the entire state of Gujarat has been outsourced to somebody else, and those are the people who are going around and abusing him, using these bad words as well. And he has said to the people of Gujarat while addressing that rally that you people need to be aware of this kind of a strategy. He has said that the Congress party has made this very shrewd strategy when it comes to campaigning for Gujarat elections this time. And they have said that the Congress party themselves are not abusing the Prime Minister, but they have outsourced this. Now, apart from that, he has also talked about the kind of languages that they had used earlier, and he has recalled that particular speech of Sonia Gandhi as well, as I mentioned before, where she had come down to Gujarat and said that Prime Minister, in fact, Narendra Modi, in fact, at that time is a maut ka saudagar is something that she had stated. And this is not, in fact, the first time that the Prime Minister has recalled it in the run-up to the elections as well. During the 2017 elections, we had seen that the Prime Minister in several rallies had recalled the similar statements of Sonia Gandhi, and this time he has, with an added statement, with an attack on the Congress party, he has said that the Congress themselves are not coming out in the open and saying these words, but they have outsourced this, and this is a very clear veiled attack on the Aam Aadmi Party, because remember, Shivangi, this comes only 24 hours after the Aam Aadmi Party chief Gopal Italia had also used those words for the Prime Minister, where he had called him neech. Then he had also used several abusive languages and had completely refused to apologize for the same. And now we see that the Prime Minister has also basically said that the Congress party is not doing these kind of politics. They have outsourced it to these other people who are coming out in the open and then abusing the Prime Minister as well, Shivani.
Right. So, you know, Priyanka, this is a direct hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party and also the Congress, because he has said very categorically, I should warn you against the silent strategy of the opposition party. I know that this being controlled by those who are known to conspire against Gujarat from Delhi, Priyanka. A direct call out against Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress as well.
A veiled attack on the Aam Aadmi Party. The more their names are taken in the public domain, they're claiming that they will use that to create more momentum on the ground, and that is something that we have seen.
That is something that we have seen happening in the case of Gopal Italia.
Background from using this kind of abusive language for the Prime Minister. In fact, we had seen that Aam Aadmi Party leaders, in fact, had been using that particular statement of Gopal Italia, and they had been trying to
give it a new spin, albeit a little more a failed attempt that we saw on the front of Aam Aadmi Party, but they are seeming to be having that strategy as of now. So it seems as though a very strategic statement that has been made by the Prime Minister by not naming the Aam Aadmi Party, and he has made a veiled attack on the Aam Aadmi Party. He has addressed it, no doubt, but he has basically said that this is the Congress party and the Aam Aadmi Party who are in cahoots of making this kind of an atmosphere in Gujarat in the run-up to the elections, and also abusing the Prime Minister at the same time, Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Priyanka. Priyanka is joining us live on what PM Modi has said. PM Modi, in his address in Rajkot, had said and hit out at the opposition and said that those who are against Gujarat have defamed the state and hurled abuses, and they have even called him maut ka saudagar. All right, viewers, big news coming in right now at this point of time. More news, more breaking updates. ED calls Sachin Vazee a fraud and is now the Solicitor General is arguing against the bail for Anil Deshmukh and is showing Vazee's statement as a fraud. Big news coming in right now, viewers, on Republic TV. The ED calling Sachin Vazee a fraud. Big news coming in, and this is coming after the ED had filed a charge sheet before a special court in Mumbai, in which it confirmed that no evidence was found against the Republic Media Network in the fake TRP case. All right, let's go ahead to the big story that we have been tracking. Mulayam Singh Yadav is no more, and this is what you're seeing on your visuals on your screen are the last rites of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Remember, the Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav had passed away on Monday morning at a Gurugram hospital after prolonged illness. The 82-year-old had been hospitalized since August, and his last rites are being performed at Tefai today. All right, Harsha is joining me on the phone line. Harsha, this is the last rites of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Take us through the details right now.
Exactly. The visuals on screen that you are seeing are really the visuals of the last rites, the cremation ground where the carriage of the mortal remains of Mulayam Singh Yadav is being taken from Tefai Mela ground. The significance and importance of Tefai in the life of Mulayam Singh Yadav first from his birth till the time he entered the politics in the Uttar Pradesh, and right now we are seeing the visuals as so many Karyakartas from each place in Uttar Pradesh are gathered here in Tefai Mandi, in Tefai Change ground, and will participate in the celebration ground as well. And there were so many political leaders from different political spectrum who came, visited, paid their last respect, the tribute to Mulayam Singh Yadav, who is no more. He passed yesterday in Gurugram Medanta Hospital. In the delegates who were here, the political leaders who were here, both the Deputy CM of Uttar Pradesh, Keshav Prasad Manohar, Brajesh Pathak, both were here. Before yesterday, UCM Yogi Adityanath was here to pay the last respect, the tribute to late Mulayam Singh Yadav. We also saw the visuals of Tejasvi Yadav. He came here. We saw the visuals of Bhupesh Baghel. We saw the visuals of Chandrababu Naidu. Also, even in the collective political spectrum, the people who were in the opposition party, and for them, Mulayam Singh Yadav has such a huge political career. They admire, they respected, they love the political strategy, the developments that Mulayam Singh Yadav has done in his whole lifetime. That was the lifespan of Mulayam Singh Yadav in his political career. And also you are listening to the sound in the background where the Karyakartas and workers are sloganeering, Jab tak Suraj Chand rahega, Netaji ka naam rahega. So this is Mulayam Singh Yadav for the workers, for the cadres, for the Karyakartas who are right now, you can clearly see the cremation ground. The time of the last rites which is being shown to us is 3 p.m. And now you are also seeing the carriage was made in which the mortal remains was first taken from his ancestral home till the Tefai Change ground, where Tefai also used to take place. Such a big ground, such a huge gathering, and if not to tell the exact number, but for sure the Karyakartas numbering would be in lakhs, as we saw from Jaunpur, Azamgarh, Etawah, Eta, Mainpuri, Kannauj, Chambal, Lucknow, from everywhere. The best of the MY Commissioner, the political Mulayam Singh Yadav has done in his whole life. The Karyakartas, the workers have gathered from everywhere. These are the visuals which you are seeing from the Tefai ground, and right now the carriage has just reached the cremation ground. As we are being told, all the family members right now were on the stage, and now the carriage is being taken the cremation ground, and in some while the last rite will be performed, and as said by UPCM Yogi Adityanath, with full state honors. With full state honors, the last goodbye will be given, the last respect will be given to Mulayam Singh Yadav, who has larger than life political career. He rose from Tefai, he was a wrestler, he never expected he was going to enter into political world when he was picked by Nathur Singh. At that time, the MLA from Jaswant Nagar, none of the political spectrum ever thought that Netaji could be such a political leader, when he was highly loved by all their political leaders as well. The last election which Netaji contested was in 2019. And in 2014 he contested both from Azamgarh and Mainpuri, but defeated both the seats in 2019. Before the general elections, we also saw how Netaji in Parliament, while giving the speech, stated few things.
While giving the speech, stated few things about Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said that he wants and he wishes best wishes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he should once again come in power, and with both hands folded, he was again and again saying that the work, the cooperation which Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given, we could never have expected. He has done everything, every work whenever he was approached to. So that was the admiration of the politics which Mulayam Singh Yadav has always done in his life career. And today, the teary eye of all the workers, the Karyakartas, could clearly be seen in Saifai, as Saifai was the place where Netaji, where Mulayam Singh Yadav rose his political campaign. The first time Prachar was done by Mulayam Singh Yadav in cycle. The first time when he got a ticket from Socialist Sanyukta Party. At that time he first contested at the age of 28. Everyone in the political field used to state that how come Netaji, how come Mulayam Singh Yadav can contest and win the election at the age of 28. But at that time Mulayam Singh Yadav won election at the age of 28 from Jaswant Nagar seat, and Nathu Singh was his political guru. Mulayam Singh Yadav always followed the footsteps of Ram Manohar Lohia at the time of emergency also. How come we have seen at the time of emergency when Ram Manohar Lohia was protesting against the irrigation issue, at that time Mulayam Singh Yadav also protested along with Ram Manohar Lohia, went in the jail at the time of emergency. And when he was defense minister, he has done lot of developments for the people of Saifai and the for this country. The first batch of Sukhoi was dispatched when Mulayam Singh Yadav was the defense minister. Then he became Pashupalan minister. He has done a lot for the women, for the youth, because he has also done the students' politics. He always used to say that if we want the country's development, we have to focus on the youth, we have to focus on the women of the country, and if they both are independent and they both have done so good for the country, then our country could be developed in a different way. That was the political strategy of Mulayam Singh Yadav. And today, when we were inside that pandal, we were seeing the crowd. The crowd wanted to go and just once give the last respect to Mulayam Singh Yadav. There was huge of gathering. It was so difficult for the security forces, for the police officials to maintain the crowd. Everyone wanted to just one last time see their Netaji, see their leader Mulayam Singh Yadav. We can clearly see this is the end of an era. This is the end of an era, the end of a politics which Mulayam Singh Yadav started in Uttar Pradesh. These are the visuals on your screen which you are clearly seeing, the cremation visuals, the visuals where the last rites, the last goodbye will be bid to Mulayam Singh Yadav. Now everything, now the baton, the reign to take Samajwadi Party ahead. It is the responsibility of Akhilesh Yadav now, because in 1992, when first Samajwadi Party was formed by Mulayam Singh Yadav, at that time Shivpal Yadav, Ram Gopal Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav, all three of them worked so hard to take this party at some different level. Mulayam Singh Yadav became 3 times the CM of Uttar Pradesh from 1989 to 1991, then 1993 to 1995, then from 2003 to 2007, 3 times the CM of Uttar Pradesh, every time in alliance. But in 2012, Mulayam Singh Yadav came in full-fledged, sweeping majority in Uttar Pradesh. At that time, the baton was given by Mulayam Singh Yadav to Akhilesh Yadav. Now it's the duty, it's the priority for Akhilesh Yadav to take the Samajwadi Party to a different level. And for this, and now you are seeing the visuals on Republic TV, you are watching Republic TV. Now it's time for a short break, but on the other side of the break, we'll show you all the visuals from Saifai, directly from Saifai of the cremation of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back after a short break.
Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower.
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Else is making news this morning. Prime Minister Modi scheduled to inaugurate the first phase of the 856 crore rupee Mahakaleshwar Temple Corridor Development Project in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. The project is to be named as Mahakal Lok.
The world supermarket. World is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav is to be cremated at Safai, his native village at the district in Etawah in Uttar Pradesh. The BRS chief and Telangana Rashtriya Samiti and the Chief Minister of Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, is also likely to be present at the funeral.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
The Election Commission has allotted the flaming torch as the poll symbol to the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiva Sena, with the party's name now being Shiva Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The Shinde faction, meanwhile, has been named the Balasahebji Shiva Sena, with the EC has asked them to submit a fresh list of poll symbols.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest.
All right, it's the last rites of Mulayam Singh Yadav at Safai, and VIPs, top politicians expected to arrive. Hundreds are thronging Safai to pay their last respects. This is the ancestral home of the SP patriarch. Safai. Tight security, massive preparations are already happening in Safai, and we're getting you the live visuals of the tributes being paid to Mulayam Singh Yadav before his final journey. Harsha is joining me for more details. Harsha. All right, I'm being joined by Aishwarya Kapoor, our Executive Editor Politics. Aishwarya, over to you.
Well, these are very somber moments. Last rites where mortal remains have been brought off late Mulayam Singh Yadav, Netaji in presence, the complete Yadav clan, the complete top brass of Uttar Pradesh politics. You have the former Defence Minister, Rajnath Singh, present there, from Baba Ramdev, people from all walks of life. If you can just see, there are at least more than 20 to 30,000 people who've just come to pay their respects to Netaji. Mortal remains of Netaji have been brought to an open ground in Safai, his hometown. And Safai's development is completely was done by Mulayam Singh Yadav. during his tenure as the Chief Minister. So the people of Shefai and that area have a special connect with Netaji. Akhilesh Yadav, Ram Gopal Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav, the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, the complete clan is there. You had several central ministers present there. You have S.P. Singh Bagher, who once used to be in the security of Mulayam Singh Yadav. You have several senior BJP leaders present, as I said. Rajnath Singh himself, Defence Minister, former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, is present there for the final rites of Netaji. The people have come from all across the state to Shefai. Shefai has been the Yadav belt in Mulayam Singh Yadav. There were several times there were allegations put on Mulayam Singh Yadav that you put so much extra stress and concentration on development of Shefai. But he said that Shefai is my hometown and I am going to give whatever I can to people of Uttar Pradesh and especially to the people of Shefai. And today, the people of Shefai have come out to pay their respects to Netaji, while his sons, both sons, Akhilesh Yadav and Pratik Yadav, both are present there. You have the cousins there, you have Dimple Yadav there, the complete family, the Yadav family is there. And so are the people of Shefai and Uttar Pradesh. These are, you can see, people just want to catch one glimpse of the mortal remains of Netaji Mulayam Singh Yadav, who was not in the best of health for the last few months now. And today, when his mortal remains have been brought to Shefai, it's a very emotional moment for the people of Uttar Pradesh and the people of Shefai, especially, as I said, there were several times allegations, there were questions raised onto Mulayam Singh Yadav that you are not only a representative of Shefai, you are a Chief Minister. He always used to say, yes, I am the Chief Minister, but I have a special connect with Shefai. And keeping that special connect with Shefai, even during the last moments, Mulayam Singh Yadav, the people of Shefai now, giving that respect, trying to pay homage to Netaji Mulayam Singh Yadav. As I said, the complete top brass of Uttar Pradesh politics is present there. We saw the UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath himself going to Shefai. We had Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla in Shefai for the final ride. You have Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Shefai. You have at least a dozen ministers in Shefai. Such was the aura of Netaji, and now the mortal remains being brought. Baba Ramdev is right there. So now the mortal remains of Netaji dragged in the Samajwadi Party flag, wearing that red cap. Final moments of Netaji Mulayam Singh Yadav. People are there. I'm being told more than 25,000 people are right now in Shefai. And it's not only the Samajwadi Party cadre. People from across party lines, people from every walk of life are present there to pay homage. Netaji was an old school leader. Netaji, when he became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh for the first time, he was representing Janata Dal. He began his politics from Socialist Party and then one party after the other, and then he made his own Samajwadi Party with the guidance of Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, of whose he was a staunch follower. Ram Manohar Lohia gave George Fernandez, the former Defence Minister, George Fernandez, this responsibility to create regional socialist party. And George Fernandez, who was very close to Mulayam Singh Yadav, told him that this is the time that you need to start a real Samajwadi Party in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So on the guidance of George Fernandez, Mulayam Singh Yadav started Samajwadi Party. And he took Samajwadi Party to heights. Yes, as I said, as there were questions raised on Mulayam Singh Yadav that he put special concentration on Shefai, there were similar questions raised that you always concentrate on Yadavs. and then he created that MY Connect. But he always said that look at my top brass. The top brass of Samajwadi Party has from Naresh Agrawal to Mohan Singh. So all my top leaders are non-Yadav leaders. So people who raise allegations on me should also see. So he went into alliance with BHP. It never worked. People always used to say that ego of Netaji, ego of Mulayam Singh Yadav is an issue. But then Mulayam Singh Yadav proved them wrong after becoming multiple times Chief Minister and then even making his son. Because people voted for Netaji. But he said now it's time to hand over the baton to Akhilesh. So very clearly, and right now visuals on our screen of people who gathered in huge numbers in the hometown of Netaji present right there. And as I said, very, very emotional moments for the people of Safai and Uttar Pradesh. And if you see, it is over and above partisan politics. You have Home Minister going to the hospital in Delhi. You have Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Safai. You have the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla in Safai. There is no place to keep your feet down. I'm being told that police of at least 8 districts has been deployed. 8 districts has been deployed in Safai today. That is the number of people, Shivangi, who have come down to pay their last respects to Netaji. Netaji, whose political career ranged over 40 years, who always believed in politics and guidance of Dr. Ram Manohar Lohiya's socialist politics, very close friend of George Fernandez, started Samajwadi Party on his telling. He's been laid to rest. Once again, top leaders of not only one particular party or the government, but right. Yes, there are family relations between Lalu Prasad Yadav and Mulayam Singh Yadav's family, and it's lost. But irrespective of it, you have the top leaders of the country, from Chandrababu Naidu to Nitish Kumar, paying homage to Netaji. Such was his aura, such was his stature in politics. As I said, in politics, controversies go hand in hand. There were several times, there were several instances, and now you have the brief which is going to be presented by the Honorable Defence Minister of country, Rajnath Singh, who is physically present there in Safai. So Rajnath Singh himself had a lot of respect for the person. Rajnath Singh, former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, been a contemporary of Netaji at points. But despite that, there has been that mutual respect because such was the politics of Netaji. Several times at several instances, several allegations are raised. And on Mulayam Singh, it was always that he always worked on the MY combination. And BJP was a staunch opposer for that. But we need to remember when Prime Minister Modi did, and those are the visuals that you see, people are just looking for a little piece of land where they can just see and pay homage to the mortal remains of Netaji. You see, they are on skyscrapers. Safai has seen a lot of development during Akhilesh Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav's reign. Those are buildings, there are stadiums, they are everywhere. They just want to pay homage to the man who brought development to Safai and to that region, specifically to that region. Their politics can be different, but BJP, and I was just mentioning when Prime Minister Modi in 2014 became the Prime Minister for the first time, and in those huge presidential lawns of Rashtrapati Bhavan, Netaji arrived. He came in, he subtly went to row 7 or row 8, I still remember. Amit Shah, who was then the BJP national president, just saw Netaji going into the back rows. And he came out. He got up from the first row, went to the 7th, 8th row, brought Netaji by his hand and said, "Aise chalega nahi. Aapko aage aana padega." And he brought Netaji. And everyone stood up and he started clapping. the respect. You can have political differences, you can fight against each other, but the respect was such of Netaji. Yes, we have Dinesh Sharma with us on the phone. Dinesh ji, the last moments of Netaji, Mulayam Singh Yadav. Dinesh.
जी मुलायम सिंह यादव जी का जो इस समय अंतिम संस्कार की प्रक्रिया चल रही है, मैं समझता हूँ कि हजारों करोड़ों लोगों के मन में उनके प्रति श्रद्धा, उनके प्रति स्नेह का भाव दलीय सीमाओं को लांघकर उठा है। और मुलायम सिंह जी कैसे निपटा रहे हैं जो धरातल से उठकर और वो आगे बढ़े हैं। तमाम लोगों को उन्होंने पक्ष और विपक्ष के लोगों पे अपनी स्पष्टवादिता के कारण एक प्रभाव जमाया है। और जहाँ तक व्यक्तिगत रूप में मेरा अनुभव रहा है कि वो अपने बात के पक्के थे। अब मुझको आज भी याद आ रहा है कि मुलायम सिंह यादव जी एक बार हवाई जहाज से जा रहे दिल्ली, मैं सामान सीट पे बैठा तो वो एग्जीक्यूटिव में थे। उन्होंने अपने व्यक्ति को बोलकर मुझे वापस बुलवाया और अपने बगल की सीट पे अपने साथी को हटाकर मुझे बैठाला और उन्होंने बाकी बात पे कहा कि अब की तो आप उस समय लोकसभा का चुनाव था, कार फिर से आपकी बन जाएगी और मोदी ने ठीक काम किया। तो मैंने कहा आप मुझसे कह रहे हैं, आपने बाहर भी कभी किसी से कहा है क्या? मुझे देखो, मैं जो अंदर बोलता हूँ बाहर भी बोलता हूँ। तो मुझे लगा कि कोई नेता बात कर रहा होगा, इस प्रकार का विचार मेरे अंतर मन में आया था। 2 दिन के बाद मैंने टेलीविजन पर देखा कि लोकसभा में खड़े होकर सोनिया गांधी जी के बगल में खड़े हैं, बैठे हैं और खड़े होकर उन्होंने वही बात जो उन्होंने 2-3 दिन पहले मुझसे जहाज के अंदर कहा था। उन्होंने कहा कि आप अच्छा काम करो, मैं चाहता हूँ कि सारे लोग फिर से लौट कर आए और आप प्रधानमंत्री बने। इस प्रकार के शब्दों का प्रयोग उन्होंने लोकसभा के अंदर कर दिया। तो मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य हुआ कि अनायास नहीं, ये उनके मुख से पहले भी उन्होंने बात को कही थी और उन्होंने ऑन रिकॉर्ड इस बात को बोल दिया कि कोई बिरला जो नेता हो तो पक्ष के सत्ता पक्ष के बारे में बोल सकता था।
आप उत्तर प्रदेश के पूर्व डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं, आप बीजेपी के एक बड़े नेता हैं दिनेश जी। मतलब समाजवादी पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता होने के बावजूद ऐसी बात आपके साथ पर्सनल करी वो तब भी समझी जा सकती है। हालांकि आजकल की राजनीति में ये भी कोई आम बात नहीं, लेकिन संसद के पटल पर ऑन द फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस ये बात कहना बहुत बड़ी बात है। तो नेताजी उसी तरीके के नेता थे, ओल्ड स्कूल की। पर्सनल रिलेशन अलग, पॉलिटिकल डिफरेंसेस हो सकते हैं, अलग तरीके की राजनीति हो सकती है, लेकिन जो देश के लिए सही है उसको कभी गलत नहीं ठहराया जा सकता। दिनेश जी, आप बता रहे थे।
निश्चित रूप में जो आप कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं। वो व्यक्तिगत संबंधों का है। और जब 2012 में मैं महापौर बना था तो उन्होंने सबसे पहले मुझे बधाई दी थी और वो समाजवादी पार्टी के थे। बोले कि देखो, तुमने वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाया है जिसका, और ये ऐसे नहीं बनाया, तुमने दिया है, आप जागरूकता से उठ के काम करना। मैंने कहा बिल्कुल ठीक है। और मैंने जब कान्हा उपवन का एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाया तो कान्हा उपवन का प्रोजेक्ट देखने के लिए एक दिन वो गए, लोगों ने उनसे कुछ शिकायत की कि इतना बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट बना है, गायों के लिए बेकार की जमीन का प्रयोग उन्होंने कर दिया। तो कान्हा उपवन देखने गए और सब अधिकारियों के सामने और रहते हुए उन्होंने जो फोन पर शब्द कहे थे कि ऐसा अनोखा प्रोजेक्ट मैंने नहीं देखा और मैं गायों के संरक्षण के लिए पूरे प्रदेश में हिस्सा बनवाऊंगा और विपक्ष और एक व्यक्ति की सराहना अखबारों में गड़बड़ हो रहा है, मैं डिस्कनेक्ट करके दोबारा कनेक्ट करवा रहा हूँ। So that was the former Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Dinesh Sharma, who was telling about his personal experiences there. And right now on your screen, the cavalcade of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has arrived. Rajnath Singh, who had a personal relation with Netaji, yes, political contemporaries, yes, they have fought elections against each other, yes, both have been former Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh, but still a mutual respect. Netaji, a senior of Rajnath Singh, Rajnath Singh always had that respect for Netaji, and today he's present right there in Fairfield, right next to his fire, to pay his homage, to pay his last respect to Mulayam Singh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party patriarch. The man who some say changed politics of Uttar Pradesh forever. The man who never compromised on whatever may have said to him on his support to the Yadavs. Because he always used to say, the kind of support which the Yadavs from across the state of Uttar Pradesh give him, no one else does. So very, very clearly, if I still have Dinesh Sharma ji with me, Dinesh ji, aapko awaaz aa rahi hai kya? So we'll just try to reconnect with the former Chief Minister or former Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Dinesh Sharma. Yeah, ji. Dinesh ji. जी जी दिनेश अलग प्रकार का था मुझे याद है कि दिनेश शर्मा जी माफी चाहता हूँ आपका ऑडियो बहुत खराब है मैं आपका फोन डिस्कनेक्ट करके दोबारा कनेक्ट करवा रहे हमारी टीम आपको दोबारा तंग करेगी वी आर स्टेइंग विद दीज लाइव विजुअल व्यूअर्स विद दीज लाइव विजुअल्स डिफेंस मिनिस्टर राजनाथ सिंह अराइविंग टू पे हिज होमेज last respect to Netaji. Netaji, a leader who was loved from across party lines. Rajnath Singh, as I said, who fought elections against him. We are going to be back very soon. We are going to be back very soon after very short time.
No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to visit Bihar, with the visit being his second one in 3 weeks. He's scheduled to hold a rally at the district of Saran in order to celebrate the birth anniversary of the socialist icon Jai Prakash Narayan.
Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal: Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower.
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Else is making news this morning. Prime Minister Modi scheduled to inaugurate the first phase of the 856 crore rupee Mahakaleshwar Temple Corridor Development Project in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. The project is to be named as Mahakal Lok.
The world supermarket. The world is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav is to be cremated at Sifai, his native village at the district in Etawah in Uttar Pradesh. The BRS chief and Telangana Rashtriya Samiti and the Chief Minister of Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, is also likely to be present at the funeral.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
The Election Commission has allotted the flaming torch as the poll symbol to the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiva Sena, with the party's name now being Shiva Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The Shinde faction, meanwhile, has been named the Balasahebji Shiva Sena, with the EC has asked them to submit a fresh list of poll symbols.
तरह तरह की बीमारियां, मैं डॉक्टर नहीं हूं लेकिन मुझे ठीक करनी पड़ती थी। 20-25 साल पहले गुजरात की व्यवस्थाओं को बहुत सारी बीमारियों ने जकड़ा हुआ था। एक बीमारी थी स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्र में पिछड़ापन, दूसरी बीमारी थी शिक्षा में कुव्यवस्था, तीसरी बीमारी थी बिजली का अभाव, चौथी बीमारी थी पानी की किल्लत, पांचवी बीमारी थी हर तरफ फैला हुआ कुशासन, छठी बीमारी थी खराब कानून और व्यवस्था। और इन सारी बीमारियों की जड़ में सबसे बड़ी बीमारी थी वोट बैंक का पॉलिटिक्स, वोट बैंक की राजनीति। जो बड़े बुजुर्ग यहां मौजूद हैं, गुजरात की जो पुरानी पीढ़ी के लोग हैं, उनको ये सारी बातें अच्छी तरह याद है। यही हालत थे 20-25 साल पहले के गुजरात के। अच्छी शिक्षा के लिए युवाओं को बाहर जाना पड़ता था, अच्छे इलाज के लिए लोगों को भटकना पड़ता था, लोगों को बिजली के लिए इंतजार करना पड़ता था, भ्रष्टाचार और खस्ता हाल कानून व्यवस्था से तो हर दिन जूझना पड़ता था। लेकिन आज गुजरात उन सारी बीमारियों को पीछे छोड़कर आज सबसे आगे चल रहा है। और इसलिए जैसे नागरिकों को बीमारी से मुक्त करना, वैसे राज्य को भी अनेकों बीमारियों से मुक्त करने का ये मुक्त यज्ञ हम चला रहे हैं और हम मुक्त करने का हर कोशिश प्रयास करते रहते हैं। आज जब बात होती है हाईटेक हॉस्पिटल की, तो गुजरात का नाम सबसे ऊपर रहता है। जब मैं यहां मुख्यमंत्री था, मैं सिविल अस्पताल भी कई बार आता था और मैं देख रहा था मध्य प्रदेश के कुछ इलाके, राजस्थान के कुछ इलाके बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में उपचार के लिए सिविल अस्पताल आना पसंद करते थे। साथियों, अगर शिक्षा संस्थानों की बात, एक से बढ़कर एक यूनिवर्सिटी बात हो, तो आज गुजरात का कोई मुकाबला नहीं है। गुजरात में पानी की स्थिति, बिजली की स्थिति, कानून व्यवस्था की स्थिति अब सब सुधर चुका है। आज सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास वाली सरकार लगातार गुजरात की सेवा के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। साथियों, आज अहमदाबाद में इस हाईटेक मेडिसिटी और स्वास्थ्य से जुड़ी दूसरी सेवाओं ने गुजरात की पहचान को एक नई ऊंचाई दी है।
Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
A court in Varanasi is likely to pronounce a verdict in connection with the Gyanvapi mosque case, with the court earlier having ordered a filmography of the mosque and carbon dating of the alleged chimney to be conducted.
No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to visit Bihar, with the visit being his second one in 3 weeks. He's scheduled to hold a rally at the district of Saran in order to celebrate the birth anniversary of the socialist icon Jayaprakash Narayan.
Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal: Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower.
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Else is making news this morning. Prime Minister Modi scheduled to inaugurate the first phase of the 856 crore rupee Mahakaleshwar Temple Corridor Development Project in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. The project is to be named as Mahakal Lok.
The world supermarket. World is ours for the taking. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav is to be cremated at Safai, his native.
वो लोगों को साथ जोड़कर जन भागीदारी के लिए, और जब कोरोना का संकट था तो G20 समिट में मैं बोल रहा था, तब मैंने बड़े आग्रह से कहा था, दुनिया की इतनी भयानक स्थिति को देखते हुए मैंने कहा था, जब तक हम वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ इस मिशन को लेकर के काम नहीं करेंगे तो गरीब हो, पीड़ित है, उसकी कोई मदद नहीं करेगा। और दुनिया में हमने देखा है। कुछ देश ऐसे हैं जहां 4-4, 5-5 वैक्सीन के डोज हो गए कोरोना में, और दूसरी तरफ कुछ देश ऐसे हैं जहां गरीब को एक भी वैक्सीन नसीब नहीं हुआ। तब मुझे दर्द होता था दोस्तों। तब भारत को वो ताकत लेकर के निकले, हमने दुनिया में वैक्सीन पहुंचाने का प्रयास किया ताकि दुनिया में कोई मरना नहीं चाहिए भाइयों। और हम सबने देखा है कि जब व्यवस्था स्वस्थ होने लगी तो गुजरात का स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्र भी स्वस्थ हो गया। लोग देश में गुजरात की मिसाल देने लगे। साथियों, प्रयास जब पूरे मन से होलिस्टिक अप्रोच के साथ किए जाते हैं तो उनके परिणाम भी उतने ही बहुआयामी होते हैं। यही गुजरात की सफलता का मंत्र है। आज गुजरात में अस्पताल भी है, डॉक्टर्स भी हैं, और युवाओं के लिए डॉक्टर बनने का सपना पूरा करने का अवसर भी है। 20-22 साल पहले हमारे इतने बड़े राज्य में केवल 9 मेडिकल कॉलेज हुआ करती थी, केवल 9 मेडिकल कॉलेज। जब मेडिकल कॉलेज कम थे तो सस्ते और अच्छे इलाज की गुंजाइश भी कम थी। लेकिन आज यहां 36 मेडिकल कॉलेज अपनी सेवाएं दे रहे हैं। 20 साल पहले गुजरात के सरकारी अस्पतालों में 15,000 करीब बेड थे। अब यहां के सरकारी अस्पतालों में बेड की संख्या 60,000 हो चुकी है। पहले गुजरात में अंडर ग्रेजुएट और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट मेडिकल की कुल सीटें 2,200 हुआ करती थी। अब गुजरात में 8,500 बैठकें मेडिकल सीट हमारे युवा युवतियों के लिए उपलब्ध है। इनमें पढ़कर निकले डॉक्टर्स गुजरात के कोने कोने में स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं को मजबूती दे रहे हैं। आज हमारी सब सेंटर्स, सीएचसी, पीएचसी और वेलनेस सेंटर का एक बड़ा नेटवर्क भी पूरी तरह गुजरात में तैयार हो चुका है। और साथियों, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं कि गुजरात ने जो सिखाया वो दिल्ली जाने के बाद मेरे काम बहुत आया। स्वास्थ्य के इसी विजन को लेकर हमने केंद्र में भी काम शुरू किया। इन 8 वर्षों में हमने देश के लगभग अलग अलग हिस्सों में 22 नए एम्स दिए हैं। इसका लाभ भी गुजरात को हुआ है। राजकोट में गुजरात का अपना पहला एम्स मिला है। गुजरात में जिस तरह हेल्थ सेक्टर में काम हो रहा है वो दिन दूर नहीं जब गुजरात मेडिकल रिसर्च, फार्मा रिसर्च, बायोटेक रिसर्च में पूरी दुनिया में अपना परचम फहराएगा। डबल इंजन की सरकार का बहुत बड़ा फोकस इस पर है। साथियों, जब संसाधनों के साथ संवेदनाएं जुड़ जाती है तो संसाधन सेवा का उत्तम माध्यम बन जाते हैं। लेकिन जहां
All right, viewers, going straight to Sefai, where Mulayam Singh Yadav's state funeral will be held very shortly, and UP will also observe 3 days of state mourning for Mulayam Singh Yadav. Visuals coming in on your screen. Mulayam Singh Yadav, the veteran politician and Samajwadi Party founder, had passed away yesterday, and he will be cremated very soon. Uttar Pradesh is observing 3 days of state mourning for the death of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Visuals coming in on your screen. A lot of people have gathered there in seeing a sea of people there gathering and paying their last respects to Mulayam Singh Yadav. Harsha, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Harsha is there at the spot. Harsha, if you can hear me, go ahead.
Seeing the visuals from the cremation ground in Saifai right now from where I'm reporting, a huge crowd has gathered here. You are seeing the troop of people who have come here from different places, from Itawa, Eta, Azamgarh, Mainpuri, Kannauj, Sambhal, Lakhimpuri, Agra, Mathura, from wheresoever this Yadav belt whose politics Mulayam Singh Yadav has done for such a long time, a huge popularity, a huge fan base Mulayam Singh Yadav has, and all of them have come here to pay the last respect, last rites, and participate in the last rite of Mulayam Singh Yadav. The carriage in which the mortal remains came from house to the Saifai Mela ground. Now the carriage in which the mortal remains has now been taken to the cremation ground, which is 150 meter away from the Saifai Mela ground, where mortal remains was kept for the leaders, for the MPs, MLAs.
I just want to go straight across to Aishwarya Kapoor, our executive editor, politics. Aishwarya, hundreds are thronging Saifai to pay last respects to the SP patriarch.
Well, absolutely. Thousands of people present at the hometown of Netaji Mulayam Singh Yadav at Saifai. And now you have Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Speaker of Lok Sabha Om Birla, the NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar, his daughter Supriya Sule, Bollywood star Abhishek Bachchan, Anil Ambani, businessman Anil Ambani, Varun Gandhi. They are all of them there. Tejaswi Yadav, who is also a family relative of Mulayam Singh Yadav, is present there, Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. So people from all walks of life, people who have been in connect with Netaji over his 40-year-long political journey, have now come to Saifai alongside thousands of people who've come from across the state of Uttar Pradesh. Across the state of Uttar Pradesh, you have both the Deputy Chief Ministers of Uttar Pradesh also at Saifai. You had the Chief Minister yesterday. So the complete top brass of Uttar Pradesh politics and also central leadership is there today. You had Home Minister Amit Shah going to the Delhi Gurgaon-based hospital after the news of Netaji passing away came. And if you see these people, all of them have gathered at Saifai just to catch one glimpse of their leader. Because as I was mentioning earlier as well, that people, the special connect of Mulayam Singh Yadav with this area, with not only Saifai specifically, yes, there was a special personal connect, but with this region. And that's why the people of this region have that love, emotion, respect, that connect with Netaji. Because whenever, all the three times when Netaji became the Chief Minister, and when he passed the baton on to Akhilesh Yadav for the fourth time, he made sure like how that development in Saifai does not stop under any circumstance. Even when Rajnath Singh was the Chief Minister, even when Yogi Adityanath became the Chief Minister for the first time, I remember. And now you have HP Singh Baghel with Sharad Pawar, HP Singh Baghel helping Sharad Pawar on your screens. Because of the large number of people who were present there, Central Minister HP Singh Baghel, who at one point of time, it's a very interesting story, used to be in the security cordon of Netaji himself. And from there, you have Jaya Bhaduri Bachchan on your screens right now, with Sharad Pawar, Supriya Sule, Praful Patel. So all of them are there today. HP Singh Baghel, you have Praful Patel right there. With Sharad Pawar, all of them arriving to pay their last respects to Netaji, to Mulayam Singh Yadav at Saifai. Sharad Pawar and Netaji go a long time back. They've both had their own political differences, but still, on certain points, they were always together. And today, to mark his respect to Netaji, Sharad Pawar arriving at Saifai with Praful Patel, with Jaya Bhaduri, with Abhishek Bachchan. All of these leaders, all of these people are present there in Saifai today with thousands and thousands of people who are not only in the ground or on the ground, even on high-rise buildings, on stadium walls of Saifai, just to catch that last glimpse of Netaji, to pay homage, to pay respect to their leader, Mulayam Singh Yadav. We are going to take a very short break and we're going to come back with those visuals. Coming back after a very short break.
The Election Commission has allotted the flaming torch as the poll symbol to the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiva Sena, with the party's name now being Shiva Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The Shinde faction, meanwhile, has been named the Balasahebchi Shiva Sena, with the EC has asked them to submit a fresh list of poll symbols.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
A court in Varanasi is likely to pronounce a verdict in connection with the Gyanvapi mosque case, with the court earlier having ordered a filmography of the mosque and carbon dating of the alleged chiveling to be conducted.
No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to visit Bihar, with the visit being his second one in 3 weeks. He's scheduled to hold a rally at the district of Saran in order to celebrate the birth anniversary of the socialist icon Jai Prakash Narayan.
Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
We are the fastest growing economy. We have the
All right, viewers, we continue our coverage, special coverage, as Mulayam Singh Yadav's state funeral will be held very shortly from his hometown. And we told you that UP will observe 3 days of state mourning for Mulayam Singh Yadav. Mulayam Singh Yadav was a veteran politician and Samajwadi Party founder, passed away yesterday, and he will be cremated with full state honors. Ashwarya Kapoor is joining us, our executive editor politics. Ashwarya, over to you.
Shivangi, now Akhilesh Yadav right there. It's time to did the final do to Netaji. He's going to light the fire. Akhilesh Yadav, who's surrounded by his family, his father, Pratik Yadav, and then the cousins. Children of Ram Gopal Yadav and Shivpal Yadav, brothers of Netaji, were all there. It may look chaotic, but it's not chaos. People are emotional. People of Sefai are emotional. There is a lot of police presence because of all the VIPs who are present, including that from Rajnath Singh to Om Birla to Sharad Pawar to you name them. But the people of Sefai are just emotional, and they are emotional to a different level. It's their Netaji. One Neta who even after becoming, and you can see Pramod Tiwari of the Congress Party, one Neta who even after becoming Chief Minister for the third time, Defence Minister of the country, never forgot Sefai. He never, for a moment, it was never a time that he was not in Sefai in every 2 to 3 months. and made sure that all developmental projects, all roads, all infrastructure, all stadium, everything was just done. Even irrespective, even when it was, I remember when Behenji Mayawati became the chief minister, the biggest problem for Netaji was that when she stopped the development projects in Sefai and then the surrounding area, he went to meet Mayawati. He said, you do what you want, don't stop development of my area. That is my only request. And he did that to Yogi Adityanath also, and Yogi said, I will never stop, and I'll make sure that they run at the same pace. And today, all, irrespective of their parties in politics, over and beyond, Kamal Nath is right there on the screen. Kamal Nath of the Congress party, talking to Akhilesh. It's a very emotional moment to just see Yadav. Everyone is just too emotional because it's about Netaji. It's about Mulayam Singh Yadav. It's about one leader who was over and above parties in politics. It's about that leader who made sure that the voice of the villages, the voice of not only the farmers but the villages, comes up right there in the parliament, right there in the assembly. They've lost one of their own today. That's the feeling. Mulayam Singh Yadav. So all these leaders who've come out today, it's just to mark their respect. They want to pay homage to Netaji for one last time. On your screens, visuals. Kamal Nath, Varun Gandhi, Sharad Pawar, Praful Patel, everyone, Pramod Tiwari, everyone arriving there. Everyone arriving at Sefai. Several times, as I said, during his long tenure as a politician, 3 times Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. That in itself is self-explanatory of how big his political career was. Because it's often said that Uttar Pradesh, which is not only geographically the largest state of the country, but also politically. Mulayam Singh Yadav, it is said that he just lost that opportunity to become the Prime Minister once. Just by a whisper. And became the Defence Minister of the country. And when journalists used to ask him, he always used to say, वो लालू जी है ना, वो लालू जी कहते हैं उनको प्रधानमंत्री बनना है, मैं तो रक्षा मंत्री से भी संतुष्ट हूँ. So that was Netaji, very candid, very open. We are going to be back, viewers. We are going to be back after a very short break.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
The Election Commission has allotted the flaming torch as the poll symbol to the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiva Sena, with the party's name now being Shiva Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The Shinde faction, meanwhile, has been named the Balasahebchi Shiva Sena, with the EC has asked them to submit a fresh list of poll symbols.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
A court in Varanasi is likely to pronounce a verdict in connection with the Gyanvapi mosque case, with the court earlier having ordered a filmography of the mosque and carbon dating of the alleged chiveling to be conducted. No longer on the fence anymore.
New India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to visit Bihar, with the visit being his second one in 3 weeks. He's scheduled to hold a rally at the district of Saran in order to celebrate the birth anniversary of the socialist icon Jai Prakash Narayan.
Last year, we were all geared up.
This network is proof that everything in India is greenfield. Is it time for the Republic Network to do a spectacular intervention in global digital news media or not? It's my passion project. So that is our consecration to making India a superpower.
Now India has a clear goal: Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
We are the fastest growing economy. We have the potential to become a superpower. Last year, the economy was all geared up. Now it's time to set the goal in sight. Mission Superpower.
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Else is making news this morning. Prime Minister Modi scheduled to inaugurate the first phase of the 856 crore rupee Mahakaleshwar Temple Corridor Development Project in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. The project is to be named
from Sefai. Thousands of people have gathered from not only one district, but you can just imagine that police force from 8 districts have been deployed in Sefai today. So that is the number of people who've come out to pay their last respect to Netaji Mulayam Singh. As we've been saying, Mela ground of Sefai with all government honors, with all state honors. The name of this ground is Mela ground. The government of India had announced with all state honors the last rites of the SP Patriarch Mulayam Singh Yadav, born in 1939, is going to take place. From Rajnath Singh to Om Birla to Sharad Pawar to Kamal Nath, all these leaders have arrived in Sefai to mark their respect to Netaji. Such was his stature, such was his aura. Wearing the red cap, even for his last rite, wrapped in Samajwadi Party flag, Netaji, follower of Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, first time when he became the Chief Minister was with Janata Party, and then on guidance from George Fernandez, started Samajwadi Party, became the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh for 3 times, and on the 4th passed the baton to Akhilesh Yadav. Often he was questioned for his MY combination. He used to say, "I've been termed, but then I don't get their support." People who earn from raising these allegations on me, they can do what they want. I know what I have to do. I have to make the villages of Uttar Pradesh into the mainstream. I have always worked for the people of villages, of India, and I will continue to do so. Rajnath Singh, who's there today, has fought several elections against him. Both have been former UP chief ministers. BJP always used to say that Netaji always does politics of Yadavs, Yadav-centric politics. Netaji used to say, I do politics for all, but I will never leave the others because they have stood for me, by me. So how can I leave? How can I leave a voter? But he always used to counter by saying, you see, the top brass of my party, from Mohan Singh to Gyaneshwar Mishra to Naresh Agrawal, none of them are Yadavs. The top leaders of his party, and today all the leaders from across party lines have arrived in Saifai to mark their respect. They're going to be back with a very sharp break.
Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav is to be cremated at Saifai, his native village at the district in Itawa in Uttar Pradesh. The BRS chief and Telangana Rashtriya Samiti and the Chief Minister of Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, is also likely to be present at the funeral.
2021, the Indian economy was all geared up.
We are headed for greatness as a nation. We will be a superpower. If there's something that I want to see in our lifetime, it is to have our best living years as a citizen of a superpower.
Now there's a new goal, Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
The Election Commission has allotted the flaming torch as the poll symbol to the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiva Sena, with the party's name now being Shiva Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. The Shinde faction, meanwhile, has been named the Balasahebchi Shiva Sena, with the EC has asked them to submit a fresh list of poll symbols.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on Mission Superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Mission Superpower is the ultimate goal. There's no stopping the India story. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
A court in Varanasi is likely to pronounce a verdict in connection with the Gyanvapi mosque case, with the court earlier having ordered a filmography of the mosque and carbon dating of the alleged cheveling to be conducted.
No longer on the fence anymore. A new India is empowering a paradigm shift. The mission now is global dominance. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to visit Bihar, with the visit being his second one in 3 weeks. He's scheduled to hold a rally at the district of Saran in order to celebrate the birth anniversary of the socialist icon
of those who have gathered in Saifai to be a part of the final journey of Mulayam Singh Yadav. Several tall leaders and of course supporters of Mulayam Singh Yadav who are present in Saifai at this point where the last rites are being performed. So many who have put out fond memories they have of the tall leader. And you heard here Netaji chants echoing in Saifai at this point where the pyre has just been lit. Mulayam Singh Yadav, who passed away on Monday morning at a hospital in Gurugram after prolonged illness. Aishwarya Kapoor, Executive Editor Politics, with us on the phone line. Aishwarya, the pyre has been lit.
Absolutely.
And
Shivani, the pyre
we see
has
the
been
huge
lit.
crowds.
Final rites. Absolutely. Absolutely, Shivani, the pyre has been lit. The final rites are being performed by Akhilesh Yadav. All the top leaders.
नहीं, वैसे आदरणीय मुलायम सिंह यादव से हमारे बहुत ही अच्छे रिश्ते थे और समय समय पर हमारी उनसे बराबर मुलाकात भी होती रही, चाहे वो मुख्यमंत्री रहे तब भी, नहीं रहे तब भी, जब मैं मुख्यमंत्री था तब भी उनसे बातचीत का सिलसिला हमारा चलता रहता था। और मैं मानता हूं कि भारत की राजनीति की एक बहुत बड़ी शख्सियत थे और जन सामान्य से जुड़े हुए लोग, धरती से जुड़ा हुआ नेता यदि माना जाता था तो मुलायम सिंह जी को माना जाता था। अब उनके जाने से मैं समझता हूं भारत की राजनीति की एक बहुत बड़ी क्षति हुई है और आज हम सब यहाँ पर सैफई में उनको श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करने के लिए यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं। आज मैंने यहाँ अपनी तरफ से भी रीत रखकर श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित की है, वहीं हमारे देश के आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के द्वारा भी, क्योंकि उन्होंने मुझे कहा था कहीं वो बाहर है कि मेरी तरफ से भी ये रीत उनके उत्सव पर रखी जाए और मेरी तरफ से भी श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित की जाए। दोनों काम किया है।
सर, आज बहुत ही भावुक क्षण है। कोई वो क्षण जो आप लोगों ने वैसे तो बहुत पार्लियामेंट हो या राजनीतिक गलियारों में समय एक साथ बिताया, उत्तर प्रदेश की राजनीति से आप दोनों ही आते हैं।
मैंने रिश्ते इस प्रकार के थे कि कभी वो प्रतिपक्ष की तरफ साइड में बैठे होते थे और कभी मैं इधर रहता था, तो कभी कभी मैंने देखा कि वो सीधे उठकर जो है मेरे आके बगल में बैठ जाते थे। उनको इस बात की चिंता नहीं थी कि सत्ता पक्ष इधर बैठता है और प्रतिपक्ष किधर बैठता है, बल्कि मैं इधर बैठा रहता तो आकर मेरे बगल में बैठ जाते थे और अपनी सारी पुरानी बातों की चर्चा करते थे।
पिछड़ों की राजनीति की पिछड़ों की आवाज उठाई मुलायम सिंह यादव जी ने। एक राजनीति में क्या एक शून्यता कह सकते हैं, एक शून्यता है उनके जाने से?
नहीं, स्वाभाविक है, एक बहुत बड़ी क्षति तो हुई है, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि यह प्रकृति का शाश्वत नियम होता है कि जब कहीं कोई गैप होता है, कहीं रिक्ति होती है, तो उसकी पूर्ति भी होती ही है, लेकिन बहुत बड़ी क्षति हुई है।
Aishwarya, coming back to you, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh just having laid the wreath, speaking of his fondness of Mulayam Singh Yadav and also saying that he also laid the wreath on behalf of Prime Minister Modi.
Was Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister, they had a different personal flex which is over and above parties in politics. And as Rajnath Singh was himself explaining about a personal moment that when in the UP Assembly he never used to think that where are the treasury benches, where are the opposition benches. That connect, yes, he was a senior. Mulayam Singh Yadav is at least 8 to 9 years senior to Rajnath Singh. So Rajnath Singh always gave him that respect. Senior politics, more senior in experience. And today, at such a moment, when you have to be present for the final rites of the leader whom you respected, it's not easy. Whether it is about Kamal Nath, whether it is about Rajnath Singh, whether it is about the other leaders who arrived there, Sharad Pawar, a contemporary of Mulayam Singh Yadav, at one point of time, they were both picked to be the Prime Minister of India. But then, neither of them could be. Mulayam Singh Yadav often used to, when journalists used to ask him to Netaji, Lal ji to kehte rehte, but you've never said that you want to be the Prime Minister. So he often used to say, Shesha, that ek Yadav bahut hai, Lalu ji hai na, hum Raksha Mantri reh ke kash mein. So he was a man who was satisfied. He was a man who understood that he has to raise the concerns and the values of people and the villages of India, and he has to make those values and those concerns being raised, whether it's in the assembly or in the parliament, and he made sure that that is done. That was Mulayam Singh Yadav. And Akhilesh Yadav, when he was passed over the baton, when Mulayam Singh Yadav and Samajwadi Party won in UP election for the 4th time, people asked him, why are you doing it? Several of his closest aides was Mulayam Singh Yadav, that why he said it is time to pass it on. When questions were raised over him, and when you see these thousands of people arriving in the FI today, it is not that they've just come because they are being forced to know. It's because of their love towards Mulayam Singh Yadav and Samajwadi Party, because the amount of work which Netaji has. There were allegations, often there were questions raised to him. Why do you always concentrate that much on SEFI? He said that SEFI has not ever let me down. How can I let SEFI down? His main bone of contention with Mayawati, after Mayawati became the chief minister for the first time, was that do not stop development projects in SEFI and neighbor India. He always said it. He said, we can have our political differences, but let's not stop development projects. It's not about SEFI, it's about people of Uttar Pradesh. So that connect he had with the people of SEFI, and today the people of SEFI have come out of the polls to mark their respect for their beloved leader, Netaji. Swish.